Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Woo, do we need to talk? My goodness, this one is at it again. And as you know, I did not talk about those two all weekend long. So I've been blissfully just surrounding myself with pictures of our beautiful Princess Catherine and ignoring all this nonsense. Well, let's talk about it now. This one, Teeth over here thought she could get everyone's attention away from beautiful Catherine, Princess of Wales, and all the festivities of Trooping the Color and all of that by sending out more scam jam. Oh my goodness. Talk about a lame attempt. Like anybody would not notice this. Like anything could overshadow this. But of all the lame attempts, sending out jam and now dog biscuits. So I'm here to talk about all of it. And look how beautiful Princess of Wales looks. It's wonderful. I don't want to go back to this. Okay, here we go. So much to talk about here. So Nacho posted the scam jam, listed as raspberry this time, because we're supposed to be convinced this is something different here and that they haven't been holding on to it and waiting to try to overshadow or upstage with this one. I'd like to point out that it's marked 2 of 2. I assume she gave the first one to herself, of course. But doesn't that strike you as there's so many odd things about this, and I'll go over all of it. But I mean, to me, my first thought was, it's Nacho. Harry and Nacho had that weird relationship, right? So is this like friendship bracelets? Like Harry got number 1 and then Nacho got number 2 and they like hold hands and hold jams? I don't know. But then I thought, no way would she ever give Harold jam number 1. That's going to be for herself. So is it like her and Nacho? I'm not sure. Very odd. When I told Jay about that she'd only made 2 jams, his response, well, Harry probably dropped one of them. So they had to make another one. But it's the same number as a pair of nipples was my other thought. And, Harry really likes to pinch nipples. Okay. Then we see that she's sending out dog biscuits. And I think it's funny because they thought they were doing something here by posting this photo to try to overshadow our beautiful, lovely, amazing Princess of Wales. And even the dog just doesn't seem interested or to give 2 shits about these biscuits. So obviously the dog's team Catherine. I think dogs and kids know, right? Even the brown heart on the picture weirds me out because is it bronzed? Maybe. But she doesn't give a crap about her own dog. So now she's going to pretend to take care of other people's dogs. Like she got rid of that dog. So she said it was old, but then the Sidley twins explained, no, it wasn't. It was still like 2 years old, something like that. And she got rid of it to go chase Harry. And but now she cares about other people's dogs. It's the same thing with kids, right? Never with her own. Poses with other people's, pretends to give a crap. Going back to the overshadowing, again, Catherine broke the internet. Meghan, if she wanted to she has tried a few things, but if she wanted to release these type things, she had all of this time to do it, to try to garner attention for herself. She couldn't do it. I saw a statistic that even when they were acting like what's in Nigeria, Catherine was still more searched than Meghan. Just let that sink in. Then, of course, Catherine makes her beautiful return. Of course, that's when Meghan thinks it's this brilliant plan to try to get everybody's attention to look at Nacho. Talk about failing spectacularly. To me, it further shows the level of narcissism that we're dealing with. Had they released this at any other time, they perhaps would have gotten a little more, not much, but a little more attention maybe for it. But no, they waited and did this on purpose right before Trooping the Color. So obviously it failed. But Meghan really thought she could do something here and she could capture everyone's attention, right? By doing this. And it just shows how much she thinks of herself, how little she thinks of what's like the whole situation at large. It just seems like primo narcissism. Again, when I was discussing this with Jay, he made a great point that if you've put your work into an indie film, let's say, you wouldn't put out your movie the same week a blockbuster is coming out, right? But again, she just doesn't, I don't think she thinks at all, but if she does, it's only about herself. But again, she's trying to break the internet with raspberry jam. I mean, I'm no cook, chef, anything of the like, but I've had a million comments from you guys saying jam is like the easiest thing to make and it takes very little skill. And it's also very readily available. It's not like we have this big need for jam. You can find it anywhere. But the gauze covering the top, I'd said before, I'm assuming it's covering the Smucker's label. Many of you pointed out in California, I'm sure everywhere, you can get a hold of these small batch companies that will make like 5 jars of jam for you and put it in these little, artisanal type jars. And so I wonder if that's what's happening, right? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Harry, I can't stand that guy. So he stays silent once again while this attack is directed at his family, and he's nowhere. Remember, I love my family. Nope, he's nowhere. He only decides to speak up when it's in court and he thinks he can make money off of it. He's just as awful as her. I'd just like to put that out there. People are giving these horrible attacks on his dad and his sister-in-law and, all this, and he's staying silent. He's the one that tries to silence everyone. But, this is fine. In this case, he'll stay silent. Oh, my goodness. Do they have Nacho by the nips? That's my question. I can't let this nipple thing go ever since it's been pointed out. It's all I see. He can't stop grabbing nipple. It's so weird. Let's go back to the jam. So a batch of 2 jars. What is that? I'm stuck on that. What's 2 jars? Like, even if you just made a small batch of it, you're going to have more than 2 jars. I saw a comment somewhere. I wish I had credit to give. I don't know who you are, but you're brilliant. It said, it's like when grandma makes too much of something, you just send it to your neighbors, right? So it looks like it's just somebody made too much jam. So here's 2 jars, give it to the neighbors. It's so crazy and so cringe that she thought this would overshadow our beautiful Catherine. I might be wrong on this. I need to look. Isn't Nacho, doesn't he live in Florida? So that would mean that he had to post this in the middle of the night. And I'm sure he scheduled it. But do you see what I mean? Like the effort that was put into timing this post is more than the whole of the effort put into America, Riviera Orchard. And is it just me, or does it look like that label is falling off again on the left side? That's the other thing I notice on all this. This is just more ridiculousness. I think it's hilarious. She can try whatever she wants. I will continue to make fun of it and point out that it's things like this that show the level of narcissism that we're dealing with. Things like rushing out this American Riviera Orchard to try to upstage Prince William when talking about Diana. She couldn't handle it. She tried to upstage, she's tried a million times to upstage her own husband, so sure, why not? So she tried to upstage him by rushing this out. It has completely failed, and now she's trying to rush this out to try to upstage Catherine's return. There is no universe that would ever work, but of all things, pushing jam and dog biscuits when she's known to not be the nicest. Both of them are known to not be the nicest to animals. Oh my goodness. What are your thoughts on all of this? Did you keep up with the ridiculousness at the time? How are you feeling about all this? Are you just completely ignoring them still? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. I'm stuck on this mess. It is funny to watch, though, right? To watch them spectacularly fail like this. It's funny that they thought that jam and dog biscuits would get the attention. Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm going to leave this here. I can't wait to read your comments on this one. I hope you guys have the best day. I'm still loving the pictures and videos coming out about Catherine, Princess of Wales. She just looks so beautiful. You can find my video I did on when I woke up very early and watched Trooping the Color and reacted to it. You can find that video and so much more. And a Father's Day video I did where I talk about Prince William, King Charles, and Prince Philip. So check that out. So much more coming out. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, and I will continue to make fun of these grifters as long as they continue to grift. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.